Hey people, D-Man here. Today I am reviewing The Owl House Season 2, Episode 9. And I gotta say, it's a really good episode. I'm gonna do spoiler-free than spoilers, but before that, I want to bring up a really quick theory. Just because I thought about it right when this episode started. This isn't, this isn't a spoiler, unless it comes true, then I guess it's a spoiler. But anyways, in this episode, Bellows says to the Golden Guard, to his quote-unquote, I think it's nephew, I think Bellows calls himself his uncle or something like that. He says to him, the kid that we know, Bellows tells him that he has a very special job and to not worry about it because he has a very special job or something similar to that, I guess. But he doesn't want to be replaced and stuff. Goes into the story, can't spoil it. But I was just thinking, does Bellows mean that he has a special job because that special job is Bellows taking over his body? Is him being a replacement to Bellows' body? Because it kind of seems that way. I'll get more into it in spoilers, but it kind of seems like Bellows needs a new body. And why not have a young boy just take over his body, you know? It would be very interesting to see if that happens. I'm kind of thinking that's going to happen, and Luce and them are going to have to save him, obviously. Because Bellows is going to try to take over his body. Maybe on the ceremony even, or whatever they call the thing. It will be very interesting. And is this how Bellows has been living for a long time? Interesting question. Anyways, to the spoiler-free section. This episode was very good. There was really cool stuff in it, and if you haven't watched it, go watch it, obviously. That's the spoiler-free. That's really all I can say without spoiling it. Now on to spoilers. Just remind you to subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment, share this video, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok down below. So this starts off with Luce being sick, and her having all her friends over. Amity, Gus, Willow, and Hootie and King and everybody, Ida, are all trying to make her feel better by doing a bunch of human feel better stuff because she's sick with a bowling aisle sickness. So they don't know what's happening. So they're trying to make her feel better. And then the mouse shows a picture, shows a vision of this special demon blood lake sort of thing, where if you go there, you can get to other dimensions, or at least that's what the book says. It can lead you into other dimensions, like Earth, and I guess technically there could be other dimensions as well that we might see in the future, which will be very interesting. But yeah, basically it says, go get this demon blood and you'll be able to find your way home, pretty much. And Luce is obviously like, I gotta go there. They stop her and they go, Amity, King, and Ida go on a journey to find this demon's blood. And at the same time, the Golden Dawn, the Emperor's Coven, I guess. And I guess I think that's his name, right? The Golden Dawn. No, that's Fairy Tale. That's not him. At the same time, the Emperor's Coven are trying to get it, and the Emperor's right-hand man, the kid, his nephew, or whatever you want to call him, is trying to get it to prove himself to his uncle, which I've already said, I'm pretty sure his uncle's trying to use him to turn back into a human. And in this episode, we actually get to see Bellows' face, and he looks like a demon, so I don't think he was the human, unless he slowly transformed into a demon. I guess I did say he was going to take over his body. So I guess technically he could have turned himself into a demon by taking over a demon's body and has been doing that for centuries at this point. But yeah, his body looks very messed up, and he does look like he is related to this kid. And I wouldn't be surprised if they are related, but this isn't actually his uncle. His uncle got taken over by Emperor Bellows, which would be very interesting. But yeah. So that happens. We see his face, and his face looks like it's almost half plant. It's kind of weird. And we did see him spew out a bunch of like black toxic stuff, which is also weird. But yeah, very interesting little thing there. So they go to find the black water, the Titan's blood, not the black water, the Titan's blood. Along the way, they find out that the key, because the only way to open the door is with the key. No matter how much times they try, they can't open the door. But the key has Titan's blood in it, which is why the door can open with the key. And the kid, he gets the key at the end, but Amity ends up breaking the key, taking the majority of the Titan's blood. There is still some left in the key, but she took the majority of it. And the kid has to go home, or maybe he doesn't go home, I'm not sure. It didn't really specifically say where he was going at the end. But if he does go home, he'll have to go home with a key with, like, mostly emptied. Which will be very interesting to see the reaction to. But yeah. At the end, they go home. Luce is all better. And they didn't find the Titan's blood and they lost the key. But at the same time, they still have the Titan's blood. At least enough of it, I guess, to maybe get her back home, which is very interesting to say the least. And we also find out that Emperor Bellows has went to the human realm before, which kind of might add, like, kind of might be like, oh, so maybe he was the human, but he changed bodies somehow. So that might add something to that theory I had. Very interesting to say the least. But yeah, can't wait for the rest of the season. Very interesting, and I'm pretty sure Emperor Bellows has a plan to change bodies. Most likely on this special festival day or whatever, because his body is definitely dying. It'll be very interesting. Interesting indeed. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell notification. That's the best way to keep my channel. Link down below to my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and that's it. As always, my friends, stay sane. Peace. Just remind you to subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment, and share this video. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok down below. Shadow, my baby, I love you so much. You're my baby, and you love to sleep in the bathtub. 'Cause you're a weirdo. Shadow, look. Look over here, buddy. Look over here.